Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to another live stream with me, Ed from Games of Tea, and four, how many people are you? Four wonderful people play Dungeons and Dragons! Yes, so we are playing Dungeons and Dragons, and you may notice there is a different setup. I have made something new, and it's, you know, just to change things up and make things look new, fresh, and try and keep things interesting. And, yeah, no, let me know about this stuff. You know, let me know. There we go. Anyways.
Good.
Thank you. Welcome to another live stream, as previously said. The few announcements, of course, as always, with regards to starts of these streams. I will be streaming again tomorrow with some Dredge. Really looking forward to that. I've been looking forward to playing that game for a while, so I'll be back on that. As well as Sunday, when I'll be streaming some more Dungeons and Dragons with my Sunday crew being the shenaniganery people that they are. So come back for those two streams. In addition, the various there we go. The various miniatures which you can see dotted around my players, and occasionally appearing underneath me, blocking off the scores.
Yep.
Have all been made in Heroforge. So many thanks to them for providing us with the ability to be able to show these miniatures on stream. So thank you to them. Also, what else there is? Music. That's something else. I've gone for 2 weeks and I've forgotten how the damn thing works, how I do this stuff. So yes, music has all been provided to us by Sirenscape.audio's, Tabletop.audio.com, Ian Grimm, Thessalian Studios, yes, I got that name right, and Alexander Nakarada from Serpentine Studios, which you can see in the chat there. So many thanks to them for providing us with royalty-free music that we are able to use on stream, and provide some nice background sounds. Last but not least, was there a last but not least? There usually is. Oh yes, you can use your channel points to influence the game in various different ways, and that's to provide a reroll, provide advantage, provide inspiration to any of my players, or me. You know, that's a nice thing to do. And you can help influence the game in some way and make it a little bit more interesting for us, i.e. my players, or me. So you can do that in those ways as you like. I believe that is it for announcements. Have I got that? Have I got everything? I'm sure there's something I've forgotten. Oh yes, no, there was something. Last but not least, I have a YouTube channel, gamesandtea, youtube.com/gamesandtea or something or other. Just look for Games and Tea in the YouTube box, and you'll be able to find my channel. There you can look up all the past streams that have taken place for Dungeons and Dragons, specifically for this group, for Scarlet Guard. The other group, which are temporarily known as the Motley Mercenaries. They are temporarily known as the Motley Mercenaries, or rather the name has been given to them by an NPC called the Motley Mercenaries. Their recordings will also end up on YouTube once I have managed to get through the backlog of the Scarlet Guard.
Nice.
Currently I am up to episode 30, and the last 10 episodes, yes, I've been working my ass off trying to get them up. The last 10 episodes will be going up hopefully within the next few weeks. So check them out, all them. I believe that is it for announcements. So we're going to go to do some round robin intros of characters, starting with Neil from Immersion Diversion playing Sykes. How are you doing, sir? Please tell us a little about Sykes for us.
I'm doing good. Yes, I play Sykes, the Wood Elf Ranger Rogue, and traveling with the group. He's currently looking for his family that got taken by Drow.
Indeed.
With other mysterious happenings.
Absolutely. And this world seems to be full of mysterious happenings. But above him, whom we can finally see again. It's been a long time since we've seen him on camera, but he's here, and we're really happy to see him again on camera. Is Sean, who plays our most wonderful, lovely, cuddly, and very, very astute furball character, Farrell. How are you doing, sir? Please tell us a little about Farrell for us.
I'm doing good. Yeah, Farrell is from a small community sequestered in the woods, and he became friends with Sykes and decided to travel with him, and is learning about the world also, and traveling with some people. He's been learning some bad lessons, but but overall, he's a good companion to have. He's a very loyal companion.
He's a wonderful companion, actually. I love Harold. He's wonderful. Beside him, a new player to the group, and playing a very... we've still got to know much about him, but he's definitely the strongest and most willing to show his strength person of the group, and that would be Ruben, who is running the character of Atlas. How you doing, Ruben? Please tell us a little bit more about Atlas for us.
Well, you said it already. Atlas is a very strong man, and there will be more dimensions to this character unfolding at some point.
Absolutely. And last but not least, he's currently not occupying his chair in front of his camera, but that would be Zelma, who runs the character of Illyria, a failing from the Empire of Vork. I was about to say a Tiefling Empire. It's not a Tiefling Empire. It is a what are those tentacle faces called?
Mind Flayer.
Mind Flayers. Mind Flayer, a Mind Flayer empire, whom Illyria learnt a little while ago was to which she was a slave of, but has now been able to bless you, Zelma, has now had the opportunity to recover most of their memories and is wanting to try and find their old home of Dial Chadar somewhere in the Empire of Bunabral. Is that correct, Zelma, or is there something else I'm missing?
I wasn't here for the half of it. But you're correct.
Nice. We're gonna go with that. You will notice that we are missing two players today. That is Jeff from Twitch channel Alhandrin, who runs the character Tifari. Tifari is a noble mage from the Empire of Bunabral, and they are returning home, or at least attempting to return home, to discover what was it that made Tifari the way he is. Tifari is definitely one of those characters who is very... Sorry?
I said unhinged.
Yes, he's definitely unhinged and very forthright in his beliefs. And we also we would normally be joined by Lydia, who runs the character of Shania. Unfortunately, Lydia's not able to join us, but because she has been doing some wonderful, awesome stuff and basically finalizing the purchase of her first house. So we wish her the most wonderful day in celebrating that awesome step in her life. So yeah, definitely deserved. But yes, right, going into the what was my brain's not working. I'm tripping over everything today. Jumping into the recap for today. Yes, our 6 heroes have been 5 of them have been traveling, as previously said, to the home of Illyria and Tifari. Illyria coming from Dial Chadar, and Tifari coming from a small town on the outskirts of Maharashtra, both of which are located in the Empire of Bunabral. In order to get there quickly, they boarded a skyship, which should hopefully would have, all being well, would have brought them to the Dalinda, which is a halfway point between Dial Chadar and Maharashtra. While on this ship, they met the character of Atlas, who was showing his prowess and showing his strength and what he could do, the entertainments that he could bring, and the lapping up the audience, shall we say, in everything that he does. While this was going on, however, the ship was attacked, first by sky sharks, which proceeded to terrorize and cause issues for the crew, seemingly trying to snack on an easy meal, perhaps, when they suddenly scattered, and this great looming shape of a flying turtle, which the one of the crew screamed out, "Sky Terror!" Came down, punched a hole into the side of the ship, tore something out from the bottom, came up and round and tore through one of the masts. Our heroes have been definitely trying to deal with it and have been causing damage to it, but it is currently still attacking the skyship that is keeping them up afloat. And right now, things are looking not the best. So we're going to jump straight to the battle map here. which you can see here on the right. And I will share the battle map with you all. There we go. You know you've got the battle map. We're going to continue with the same initiative that we had previously rolled. I will switch some music around to something that's a little bit more suspenseful. Let's go with that one.
Oh fuck! I forgot. I got Mind Blast.
Yeah.
Gonna have to see how that works out. So, starting with the initiative, Sykes, you are up first. The Sky Terrier has crashed straight through one of the masts, and the mast is falling downwards in a direction looking like it's going to crush some of the crew.
Oh shit. Shoot.
What are you doing?
I don't know what to do. This is kind of
you are currently seated within the ballista that is situated on the furthest point of the deck. You are able to see it, and you have recently fired. There is a crewman helping you, and they have loaded the bolt into the ballista, but you are currently pointing in the wrong direction.
Is the mast currently still falling, or is it has it already fallen?
It is falling.
Falling. Okay.
It is falling. Yes.
Can I? Shit. Is there one of those rope ballistas? You know, where you shoot it and it ties things down.
There is lots of rope around. There is a ballista bolt in your ballista.
Okay. I guess because I want to see if I could if it was one of those ones that where it tie when you shoot it at something and it latches onto it because it's sticking.
You mean a harpoon?
Like a bola or a harpoon?
Like a harpoon, yeah.
Harpoon. There is no harpoon here for the ballista itself. But I'm sure you could work with the crewman to make one. However, this will be your turn. This will be your turn.
And you said there was a ballista bolt in the thing already.
Yes. The crewman had helped you load it.
Is it falling? It broke more towards.
So if you look on the map, you can see. If you look at the map, you can see an arrow. That's the direction the mast is falling right now.
Okay. I don't see Illyria there, but I'm still going to try and save. So I'm gonna use you said it was an action to turn it, right?
Yes.
Oh no, just one move. Okay.
Well, I will say this: you are being assisted by the crew by one of the crewmen. So I will say that you are able to use your movement in order to be able to turn the ballista. If you had been doing this by yourself, this would have been a full action to do. So I will say that because you are being assisted by the crew, you can do it as part of your move action.
Okay. Everybody, help me turn this, and then I'm gonna move.
Hey, yeah, sure.
Turn up here, and I'm going to shoot. I'm actually going to shoot the mast with the ballista above the U-boats to kind of try and save them.
Okay, sure. Go for it. Roll an attack. This would be a dexterity plus your proficiency modifier. Well, yeah, you're proficient in. Well, you're not proficient in siege equipment, so I'd say just a dexterity throw.
Okay.
Don't roll.
Before you had me roll my longbow.
I did. Oh well, let's keep with that then.
Okay. Gotcha. So I will just toss it and check it. 18.
18.
Well, I guess that's still.
Unfortunately, that does not hit. The ballista bolt sails over the mast as it starts to fall to the left. Unfortunately, you're trying to target what's actually quite a thin piece of wood in the middle of a whole lot of falling material. So unfortunately, it does not hit.
And since it's a ballista, I can't really use my other attacks.
Unfortunately, no.
Yeah. Would I have enough time? No, I wouldn't. It's moving too quick. I would have enough time to pull out my longbow and try to shoot the the ballista to readjust its.
No.
Damn it. Okay.
Nice idea, but no, you're not going to have enough time to do that.
Action movie, this shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
action movie this year. Yeah, no,
readjust-
unfortunately, no.
Okay.
Is that your turn?
Shit. Yeah, that'll be my turn. I can't really do anything else.
Okay. It is now Tefari's turn. He can see what's going on as well. He's done quite a few spells already. What can Mage Hands hold up? 10 pounds. Nope,
like-
that's
yeah.
not going to be able to
Yeah,
carry that. So we have to do that. He. Oh, this thing is 20 feet up right now. So, right, he is going to do that. Oh, he's going to have to get very close. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's not going to be able to get there. Right. Well, he's definitely going to move up to here at least, anyway. And he's 20 feet up. Actually, I wonder. He's going to do Hypnotic Pattern.
Ooh.
Yes, he is going to do Hypnotic Pattern on this creature. This creature is currently 20 feet up, so that actually helps. So he's going to create a 30-foot cube. Let me get some pencils. So he's going to create a 30-foot cube here. 30 feet up, so that's nobody's in range. 5, 10, 15. Actually, that's 15 feet, but whatever. Meaning that the Sky Terror has to do a Wisdom DC 15 saving throw. That fails! Oh, wow, okay. Well, that was unexpected. It is now charmed and is incapacitated and has a speed of 0.
It's charmed?
Yes.
This spell is very, very good.
This changed things up a bit.
Yep.
The spell ends for an affected creature if it takes any damage or if someone else uses an action to shake the creature out of its stupor. Yeah, it's incapacitated right now.
How long does it go for?
Minute.
I guess I don't know.
Quick
if you
read.
tell me,
It's
but-
up to a minute. So you've got 10 rounds basically.
Oh shit.
That's
Jeez.
going to be Tefari's turn. You can see Tefari's sweating profusely from this. Was quite surprised that it actually worked, but yells out, "Don't harm it!" Illyria, you're up.
Yeah, she's not here. I'm gonna. Yeah, she's in range of that. Yeah. Man, I was about to go sleep second level, but he kind of did the job for me. Going to hypnotic pattern.
Nice.
It was either mind blast or sleep. One of the two. Man, I don't know.
This does change a lot.
Mhm.
Yeah, it means we don't have to worry about it. We just have to worry about everything else.
I think I know what she's gonna do. Oh yeah, Blade Song is active, right?
Mm-hmm. Blade Song is active from what I remember.
Yeah, yep.
Okay, so I got 35 more feet to go. So I moved.
It is
right
currently
there.
20 feet up.
What for Sky Tear?
Yes, it's currently flying or currently now hovering 20 feet above your heads.
She's going to be on standby.
Okay.
In case if she needs to do the Mind Blast. And
Alright.
that's all she could do. Oh, I
Okay.
forgot I got... Man, I forgot I got telepathy. Oh shit.
Is that your turn?
Yeah.
All right, Atlas, all the way at the front of the ship with your cannon.
Yes, I was moving half speed, right? Because I was carrying such a heavy cannon.
Yes, you are. Because you are carrying such a heavy thing.
Yes, then I'm just gonna move and use my action to move as well.
Okay. You are determined to carry this cannon all the way.
Yes, I have invested already.
Yep, you're gonna stick with it. I like someone who is
It's not a
invested.
sunk cost fallacy if I'm gonna sing something else.
Fair, absolutely fair. Right, it is Janai's turn. She having heard what Tifari said, she is going to. What is she going to do?
Oh no!
What?
Disconnect.
Oh.
Oh, really? You're still in?
It's gotta take a moment.
Okay.
I might have to close out Fancy Grounds real quick.
Luckily, you just did your turn.
Yeah.
She's going to draw. She's going to keep her longbow drawn, and is going to hold her action to see what happens.
Oh, she
to
does
see
have
if
a
anything
longbow.
happens to. Yeah, she does have a longbow.
Cool.
So she's going to hold her action in order to see what happens with this Sky Terror.
Yeah, she was using the longbow last encounter.
Yeah, she was.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
now the Sky Terror's turn. It's incapacitated and its speed is 0. So yeah, that's going to happen, and it does nothing. Farrell.
Oh yeah. Hold
Yeah.
on. Since we're still moving, is it going to become like behind us and whatnot?
You'll have to find out.
It
Okay.
just crashes into the ship.
So
'Cause
the
it's
arrow
really
is
sad.
mast is falling, right?
Yes, the mast is currently falling, and the
Farrell's
top
gonna
at the
try
top
to
of next turn will
tackle-
fall.
Farrell's gonna try to tackle as many people out of the way of the falling mast as he can.
Sure, absolutely
Even if it
fine.
means
You
putting himself at risk. He's gonna try.
having been on the deck and seeing what's going on, you do realize that a lot of the deck has been cleared, and most of those who are currently on deck are either cowering or running to try and find something to, or trying to run out of the way. The person that you can, the one person that you can actually see is standing his post is the captain, and he is currently behind the wheel.
Okay, so the ones that are cowering and not actively trying to get out of the way are the ones that you will focus on. Like,
Absolutely fine. Yeah.
picking up and bringing away.
Yeah, you basically start just gathering up gnomes as they are sort of trying cowering in fear, not realizing that there's a bloody grabbing mast falling on their heads. Is that your turn?
Yep. His turn is just rescue.
All right,
He
wonderful.
can't stop the mast from falling, so he might as well protect as many people as he can.
Top of the turn, the mast falls.
like
Please roll me a
9
dexterity saving
gnomes.
throw as you try and gather gnomes out of the way and avoid being crushed by this thing.
Oof.
13. You are able to gather several gnomes out of the way, but unfortunately you do get caught by it, and you are going to take 6 points of bludgeoning damage as this heavy mast comes down on your back, hitting you squarely and knocking you prone.
It's nothing.
Real quick, I need
yes?
to share a map.
Oh, of course. Yep.
Happens easily.
Let me just get the conditions. No, not modifiers. Effects. Here we are. Lots of tabs open. Again. You are now prone for the moment. It is. I'm going to say in here now. It is the. I'm going to add in here. You see. You hear the voice of the captain shouting out across from the deck. I don't know who you are, but you're helping. Keep doing what you're doing. I'll try and take us down. And you all feel the ship begin to almost increase its angle downwards as it tries to pull away from this creature that is now currently just hovering, staring at something that only it can see. Sykes, you are up. You have a crossbow bolt that's been loaded.
Okay. Shoot. Seeing as the turtle's been like incapacitated, just sitting there as we were kind of sailing past it, possibly.
Well, and Tafari
here-
said not to injure it.
Yeah,
so-
that too. Now realizing there's nothing really can I, so Sykes hearing the captain say that he's gonna go down, he's now nervous that we're actually going to be crashing. So he's going to get off the ballista,
Mm-hmm.
and he's actually gonna head towards the boats, the tiny boats.
Sure.
5, 10, 15, 20. She's gonna try to jump up here for 25, 30.
Just please roll me a quick acrobatics check as you clamber over onto the boats.
Are those
These
also
are-
sky-faring boats?
You are going to have to find out.
19.
Absolutely fine.
Okay, and then I get onto the boat, and I'm going to inspect it, see how many people I can fit, see how these things work, see if they're just regular boats or are they just.
Are you actively searching it, or are you just quickly looking around?
I'm going to be inspecting it.
Okay, please roll me an inspection check. This is going to be your turn.
Yeah. Oh,
Do they
come
pass
on!
Inspection?
I don't
It'll
even
fit
have
some. It'll
inspiration.
fit some people. Don't know how many.
Yep.
You're too panicked.
Maybe one or two.
These
Yeah,
don't even
you're-
look like
this-
they can fly. No.
Yeah, they don't look like they really don't look like they're flying at all.
Why are these on here?
Well, if
Okay,
it's in the water, you know.
That's your
I'm
turn.
looking overboard to see if there's any water.
Sure, if you want to. It is
No.
Tafari's turn. Tafari is going to stay where he is. Actually, no, he's just going to move around here for the moment, keeping an eye on watching as this Skyterror gets left behind, maintaining his concentration on the creature. Let's start a timer, because if I don't, I'm going to forget it. Illyria.
She'll maintain her position due to the Skyterror now incapacitated and just looking at being high as a kite at the moment.
Literally.
So yeah, she is going to make sure at least like follow it a little bit. So where's she
Sure.
to? She was right here, right? Yeah. So that's about right there. About to follow it, and just making sure because she has a plan up her sleeve in
Okay.
case if it somehow snaps out the whatever's seeing in his eyes.
Alrighty then. Atlas,
Mhm.
tell me what you're doing.
I will yell, shall we all attack it at the same time? Move forward as far as I can at half speed, and I will hold my action to actually throw this cannon in case anybody else attacks.
Okay, alright.
I will join in.
Sure. Alright. Janai is going to continue holding her action as with her longbow, as watching this Skyterror begin to sort of move away, or rather be left behind. Talking of the Skyterror, because the ship is moving downwards and away from it, it is actually going to be left behind. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 5, 60. Yeah, that's how far it goes. So it is currently now 60 feet from where it is, and and it's now 70 feet above the deck, because the ship is moving in a downward angle. Farrell, what are you doing?
So while still on the ground, so the mast actually completely crashed, right? That wasn't just like bits and pieces of it. That was like
Oh no, the
whole-
mast that if you look up at the mast, you can see that the top half is just gone.
Okay.
top half is now on the deck, and you can see that parts of the sail and rope rigging are caught in that sail that's on the right hand side of the ship, and is looking like it's creating a fair amount of drag.
Okay. So first I'll look around to see if anyone else is hurt or injured before like getting up. Like I'll just kind of like just prop myself up and just like look around, like, you know, see if everyone else is okay.
You can see that there are several injured crewmen, mostly gnomes, as they have been trying to take care of the rigging and the sails and trying to pull them in or create whatever's secure after the attacks from the sky sharks. You also see definitely several dead people.
Yeah. Can't do anything about that, but so he'll stand up and then say a very loud prayer that is it's mass healing word.
Nice.
Ooh.
So
What's
he's
the
gonna
range of
heal
that?
himself and let me see. I accidentally minimized the window for a second, so it's the wrong button. Mass healing word. Actually, I haven't used it yet. 60 feet in all directions.
Whoa.
Nice. Very nice.
And it's only a little bit of healing, but it's enough to, you know, hopefully reinvigorate some of these people. It's a D4 plus 4 healing.
Nice.
Everyone, or
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Everyone within
everybody
60
within
feet
60.
of me in all directions.
Wow. Yeah.
So
I
Atlas
heal
and
for
Sykes, you will both get this as well.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Very nice.
So yeah.
Thank
So.
you.
Oops. Do you want me just to cast the D4 once, or do you want to cast it
Yes.
individually?
Please cast it once, and everybody gets this roll.
Okay, sounds good. Let me try.
I think if you cast it from mass heal wounds, it'll just heal everything.
Yeah,
No.
I think.
No, because
we
of
go.
how Fantasy Grounds works.
Yeah, everything gets healed for 8.
Wow, Max.
Nice.
Wow.
Max heal.
Nice. All right, so
Fucking dickweed.
And hey,
I'm
since it
out.
was being said from a loud prayer, they know that I'm a cleric, right? So now they won't hate me as much, right? It's holy magic, I swear.
It's holy magic.
fix their holes.
I got
All right.
disconnected.
All right, no worries, mate. I don't believe you had taken any wounds just yet.
Also, you know, it's the bright
No, you
green,
hadn't.
like, you know, fresh leaf kind of looking
Absolutely,
aura.
absolutely. It's a beautiful color that sort of spreads out from you in this sort of very warm, gentle wave. And you do see several of the gnomes and tabaxi that are the crew members severely injured, sort of get. And you see them sort of begin to try and stand up after the quite severe damage to the mast.
Mm-hmm.
That is your turn.
Nice.
Alrighty then.
Awesome.
Sykes.
Oh, and I forgot if I mentioned this. I did stand up too. So,
Yes, no,
like,
I imagined you did.
Yeah.
Sykes.
Someone help me figure
so-
these
I-
boats
sorry.
out.
My apologies. One
very
thing
good.
still happens. The ship continues to move away from the Sky Terror in a downwards angle.
Hmm.
What are you doing, Sykes? Tell me.
As I'm casting through the boat, I just say, "Captain, what's the plan?"
Plans to try and land and find out what the hell's happened.
Do you want me to go below deck and see if I can fix something or do anything? I don't know.
No,
Or are we
stay
just
up
gonna
here.
follow this-
Whatever you do,
Okay.
whatever you're not doing, it's helping.
Whatever I'm not
Uh,
doing. All right, I guess I'll just keep investigating these boats.
All
Well,
right,
you're
roll
not
me
making
investigation
things
check.
worse.
You're not making things worse. This is true.
Uh.
Yeah, I'll share the map
God
with you.
damn it. There was a 20, and
Sykes is just too stressed out. He can't compose
Yeah.
himself.
like, this is
Sykes
not like
is-
riding a Pegasus. Ah!
Yeah, no,
No.
these you are now you've done your Dr. Run Sykes, and you are now 100% certain these boats are not designed to fly. These boats are designed to be on the water, and
Why
are
are
not
these
big
here?
enough. Are definitely not big enough to take any passengers except for one person.
Oh my god.
Worst lifeboats of all time.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Big enough for one person and can't fly.
All right.
Is that your
I'm gonna
turn?
Jump out. You kind of
Okay.
get here and be like, I'm gonna look over the, see
Mhm.
how close the ship's getting to the ground.
You as you look over, you are greeted with the sight of clouds and treetops. You are still very, very
Oh.
high up, and
Okay, so there's
you're
still
not.
a little bit of time.
There's still quite a bit of time, yes. But with the angle that you are going, it does seem that the ground is approaching a little bit quickly.
Is there anything like further ahead of the boat? Like, are we heading at anything?
As you look towards the front of the ship and look over the forecastle to the ground below, you can see you can see the tops of trees right below you. The angle's
Oh.
quite steep.
Yeah. Okay, I wasn't sure if we were heading towards like a mountain or something. So it's like, okay,
Oh, you're not heading
Um,
towards the mountain. You are heading towards trees
just
and
bigger trees.
thick brush, high trees. Top. It looks like you're heading towards the jungle right now.
Yeah. Well, I thought we were currently over said jungle, but yeah.
You are.
Oh, these are just bigger trees. Okay.
No, this is a
Oh.
jungle, mate. This jungle's big.
Yeah.
No.
The
No, no,
big
no.
jungle trees.
All right, everybody. Everybody, hold on.
All right, that's your turn. Tefari continues to hold what he's doing. Illyria, are you doing anything in particular?
Yes.
Go for it. What are you doing?
Bonus action, Misty Step.
Nice. Okay.
Just to cover some distance, so right about.
All right.
Would since she's at a ballista, at least that's
Mhm.
what I assume it is.
As you when you cast your Misty Step,
Oh, it's a catapult.
it's a catapult. It's a mangonel. You
Oh.
suddenly appear and you almost sort of stumble straight into this. It looks like a catapult, but it's a much larger and has a much deeper pan to it, and looks like it can twist and turn. And you see just beside it these barrels filled with massive rocks.
Well, is there one currently loaded or not?
No, it is not loaded.
Just get the weight of the ship less. Just toss these rocks out.
Do not tempt me, young man.
It's already waiting for you.
Which side is it facing currently?
It's currently facing towards the back.
Towards
So-
the back.
It is currently facing outwards, directly over the stern of the ship. And if you were to angle it very slightly, you would end up be targeting the Sky Terror, which is now
Gotcha.
70 feet above your head.
Got you. Is there any crew nearby?
Right now, just the captain, who is desperately holding on to the wheel, trying to lever it and keep the ship relatively on course. But you can see he's fighting he's actually doing all he can to hold the wheel where it is and not have it spin out from him.
Alright, I guess you'll try to load it then. By yourself.
Sure, that'll be your turn.
Yep.
Okay. Atlas,
Mhm.
what are you doing?
First, yeah, we're moving pretty quickly from this, so I
Yes.
will cut my losses and I will set the cannon down.
Okay.
And then I will sprint below deck to try and get Hercules, my donkey, and also
Okay.
my personal belongings.
Sure. All right. So you spend your turn running down to find Hercules. Hercules, you now see, is looking quite terrified and he's not sure what the fuck is going on. He's never been in a position like this before.
He's
Um,
Yep.
next to
Actually, a
this giant
Pegasus
hole in the
donkey,
ship.
right?
right now he's a Pegasus,
Probably.
yeah. But he's looking quite terrified.
Yeah,
He's
I'll
standing
say,
next to this giant
it'll-
hole in the ship.
it'll be all right. I'll get you up to deck. You can at least see what's going on.
Roll an animal handling
First,
check,
I need
please.
my shit.
He gets kicked in the face.
I believe in you.
You could do it.
It's pretty good.
I forgot what stat animal handling even is, even though like I am the animal guy. Oh yeah, it's wisdom. Yeah,
Wisdom.
yeah.
You seem to somewhat calm Hercules, although he still has that sort of very jittery. The eyes are darting around the place. He's trying to figure out what the hell's going on, but you calm him down somewhat.
That's
But
about as good as I can hope for.
yeah, it does look like that's given half a chance he will bolt if you're not careful.
Yep.
Janai will stay up on deck, so I'll just remove your cards for the moment. Atlas, as you are below decks. Janai will go 5, 10. Actually, no, she will. She'll start looking around, and all caution to the wind, she's letting the hood fall. She is now in full view and is busy looking around, trying to make sure that people are safe and secure, and is going to start moving around the deck, where she can, healing as much as she can. So I believe she has healing word, so she will cast a healing word on a crew member who she sees to be hurting.
Almost. Oh my god, the internet today.
So that'll be 4 points. She walks over to her tabaxi. Says, "It's fine. Oh, you're okay," and begins to cast this very bright white light into Tabaxi. Tabaxi originally looks up at her, but then begins to sort of relax a little bit. Sort of looks up at her in fear, but begins to relax a little bit as she casts healing word on him. It is the Sky Terror. Sky Terror is doing nothing, and the Sky Terror will be left behind.
Yay!
Yeah, we did it. We beat the Sky Terror. No,
We survived. Whoa.
we survived the Sky Terror. Yeah.
It is now gone, but I guess we haven't survived it yet. But
You have now descended below the cloud line, and ostensibly we are now out of combat. You can see ahead of you the tree line, the canopy of the jungle is approaching rather rapidly, and you hear the captain yell out across the deck, "Everybody brace! It might be bumpy!" What are you doing?
Find ropes and just throw ropes to everyone. Just like, start tying yourself down.
Oh man, no, Illyria's nowhere near you, so she's just braced. He has
Use the rocks.
Lyria, what are you doing?
What? She has is that a mast right there that she's next to?
That is a
behind her?
mast, yeah. Yep, that is a mast that you are beside.
Yeah, she full bear hugs it and braces
Okay.
for impact.
Sykes, you are
kind of tying ropes, help on everyone, make sure they're tied.
just roll me a d20 for me.
Okay. It's a 13.
Okay. You managed to warn Janai and Tefari, and they start sort of quickly trying to tie ropes around them. You managed to get a rope around yourself. Atlas, you are downstairs, so you do hear the shout of brace.
Mm-hmm.
Farrell,
Yep.
unfortunately, you are not able to grab a rope, and you're currently loose on the deck. You basically got one round before the ship goes crashing into the top of the canopy.
I try to grab some of the smaller people, like gnomes and stuff,
Mhm.
and then I run to what's left of the mast. The mast is still attached to the boat, and
Nice.
wrap my other arm around that. So I wrap one arm around some people, and then one arm around the boat.
Gotcha. Just roll a d20 for me.
Oh, just a straight d20. Oh,
Just a straight d20.
You got this.
For luck, it's not. Oh.
Oh
never mind.
yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. You managed to grab three gnomes,
All right, cool.
and
I'm
with
gonna
that,
do basically the same with Hercules.
Sure. I kind of thought you would be doing that. And with that, the ship comes crashing with great big screeching, tearing, and ripping of leaves and canopy and twigs and branches and everything, and just comes pelting into the canopy of the jungle below you. Please, so Sykes, please roll me a dexterity saving throw with advantage because you have tied yourself down. I will do the same for Janai and Tefari. I need a straight dexterity roll, please, from Farrell, Illyria, and Atlas.
Wow. The
Wow,
one time
natural
I get
20.
a nat 20.
Oh no.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Gosh.
I'll do
Oh no.
Janai.
No.
Atlas, okay. Pretty good. Dexterity saving throw with advantage for Janai. 16, pretty good.
I will
Oh,
say
gosh.
Farrell will purposely cause more injury to himself than the gnomes. So as long as
We
they're
will-
protected,
We will get onto that. We will get onto that. So, Sykes, because of your initiative to tie yourself down, you are luckily not thrown completely forwards. This is a severe hit. This is a severe crash. So all those who succeeded, which would be
Whoa.
Sykes, Sykes, Shania Tefari, will take 9 points of bludgeoning damage as this ship comes plowing into the canopy. Everybody else, you will take 18 points of damage. Are thrown forwards.
Ooh.
You are thrown forward 20 feet. Farrell, this will bring
Whoa.
you 5, 10, 15, 20. This will bring you
Yeah,
barreling
sweet.
into
Yeah,
the
sweet into the boats.
boats. Dealing an additional 6 points of
Ah.
bludgeoning damage. Holy shit.
Ow.
As that happens. I need you to roll me another dexterity... roll me an acrobatics check. Roll me an acrobatics check to try and avoid... to try and save the gnomes who are with you. You somehow you are able to turn your body in a way to save the 3 gnomes that you have. However, they will still take 3 points of damage as you basically just go crashing into one of these savior boats,
them.
sending them flying from your arms.
Yeah.
Illyria, you do get thrown 20 feet forward, 5, 10, 15, straight into the captain
captain.
wheel, who loses control of the wheel, and the ship just starts plowing and going into an angle into the canopy. Eventually, the ship, with much creaking and groaning and crashing of leaves and trees and masts and everything else, comes to a stop in the middle of the jungle. There is a quiet as the sounds of wind and breaking trees and branches stops, and the boat just settles down with a great thud and groan. What are you doing?
I guess Lyria will be up first. I guess the force of the impact completely knocked her hood back.
Oh yeah.
So she is in full view, groaning, and looks at the captain's like, "Are we safe?" Just
Oh, that was not my more gossamer landing. Oh, jeez. Oh, fuck. What the hell are you?
I'll answer your question in a minute. One of my friends who knows healing, go ahead and find him. I think I've broken a rib.
He sort of grabs onto the wheel and said, I don't know who the fuck you are, but thanks very much. And as he pulls himself up, you now realize that he is he's a black tabaxi with these sort of very small but cute, as it were, white grey spots that sort of dot his fur. He's wearing the clothing he's wearing is severely torn, and you also see that he's taken a few knocks and bruises as well. As he stands up, there is as he tries to put weight upon one leg and then immediately collapses.
I'm going to second wind.
Sure, absolutely fine.
Just have this surge of adrenaline and whatnot. All right,
Yeah.
let's see how much it heals. It heals for 10
Nice,
points of damage.
10 points of damage. Very nice.
Yeah. As soon as she has that second rush of adrenaline, she quickly catches the captain. Says, "Oh, you got a broken leg. Just don't put pressure on it."
I think I realised that. And you look down, and that leg, if nothing is done with it soon, he gonna die.
Oh fuck.
Farrell, what are you doing?
I tell everyone to gather close to me, and I cast as many times Prayer of Healing I need, because I can do 6 people at once, and it's 2d8 plus 4 healing, so I can do that and I can do that four times.
You pull yourself from the wreckage of
Whoa.
the wreckage of the savior boats. You can see that the 3 gnomes that you'd saved are. They look hurt. They look bruised. You can tell that one of them's got a broken arm. But yeah, they are. They're not happy, but they're okay. Atlas. Hercules is fine because he was tied up on his halter, and you can see that he's doing that thing where the donkey is being held forwards. He's hurt. He looks bruised, but is at least alive. You, however, have you've gone crashing through one of the partition walls that would have been a room, and have basically kind of crushed whoever was in there. They're dead.
Excuse me, madam.
Yeah, you say excuse me, madam, and you look down and you realise that they won't be saying anything.
My extremely bulgy muscles crushed them.
Sykes, what are you doing?
Sykes kind of stands up with he's just like, is everybody okay? Oh.
As you look around, you see that many of the crew that were on the deck and had been able to screw themselves down, to tie themselves down, are beginning to sort of try and get up. You realise now that the deck of the ship is at a very, very steep angle.
Okay, I cut my. If I could just quickly untie myself, I'm gonna quickly jump around the ship and just take a look at our surroundings.
Sure.
See where we are.
Oh, you're looking to roll a survival check. Janai is currently is also untying herself and is now looking around the deck.
27.
Very nice, 27. Janai, you can see is now looking around, trying to make sure that everybody's okay. She first makes sure that all of you are all right. Sees what you're doing, Illyria. Runs up to you and pulls your hood back up over your head. And then guides you and the captain towards Farrell. Farrell, please roll me your healing 4 times.
All right.
And I'll be with you.
And also,
in
each time takes 10 minutes, so it takes a while to do all this.
It takes
healing.
a while. Sure, I understand. Oh, are you doing this ritually, or are you doing this?
Yeah, prayer of healing is a ritual. Yeah.
Okay, so you can do this as many times as you like.
Oh, really?
Yes, if
Oh.
it's a if you're doing it ritually, you can do it as many times as you like. If you are casting it as part of a spell, as part of a spell slot, then it's only the number of spell slots you have.
Yeah,
But if it's
I
ritual,
think
as many times as you like.
It just takes an additional 10 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Yeah, so I can just keep up the very long prayer to make
Alright.
sure that everyone's in tip-top shape.
Eventually,
Sermon
everybody
at that
starts.
point.
It's basically a sermon, yeah.
Yeah.
And Atlas, you can hear this. You can hear the gentle chanting of Farrell from the upper deck. It's an unusual sound, actually. Farrell, just describe your prayer to me. What is it that Farrell does?
It would probably be spoken in giant. So it'd be a lot of like really low
Ooh,
guttural like tones. Like I would almost think of like a
Yes,
Gregorian chant,
nice.
like the.
I was I was more imagining. I was thinking more along the lines of Mongolian throat singing.
Oh sure, yeah,
Ooh,
yeah,
that's
Also,
awesome.
yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So you hear this sort of very guttural, throaty chant coming from this.
It kind of like rattles your bones. Like
Kinda
It's
awesome
it,
that Farrell
yeah.
could do
It's
that.
it rattles your bones and sort of gives you this sort of very gut, almost visceral reaction to it. But it's comforting.
nice.
Sykes.
There's a drum going from his throat. And he's
Sykes.
singing. Sorry. Yep.
With your previous knowledge of the map that you were trying to find, did you? I believe you did actually get a map, didn't you?
Yeah, we did, because that's why Illyria had her headaches, because she remembered
Gotcha.
everything
Yes.
about.
Yes. Thank you. Pulling out the map, because you being the tracker, I imagine you have it. Pulling out the map, you realize that you are deep in the jungle of the Ada forest. As to where you are at this present moment, you don't know. But you know that you are in that forest and you are surrounded by trees. And you have no idea what is in this forest.
I know which way is north, though.
I would say yes. With that survival check, you do know which way is north. And
Okay.
you have... if I just pull up my my map here... where are we? Go. Bourbon Umbrella. You have basically landed. You've landed in a almost northwesterly facing direction. With that survival check of 27, you know that somewhere slightly ahead of you there should be a river that runs through the forest itself.
Okay. So at least there's a supply of water that we won't necessarily die from dehydration or anything.
The captain. Sorry, carry on, Sykes. Apologies.
No, I was just gonna say I'm gonna get 30 feet away from Janae, just
Mhm.
kind of I can use my druidcraft, and I'm going to be checking the weather in the next 24 hours.
The weather in the next 24 hours is clear, sunny, slight hint of rain, possibly in the middle of the afternoon the following day,
Okay.
as
Alright,
well as later on the evening, fog and mist and severe humidity.
Oof. Okay, so I will kind of head back to the group. You can decide when I show up, and if
Yeah,
you want to do
that's
some other things quick, but yeah.
The captain is now feeling a lot better, and Illyria and Janai, since you both were supporting him, you do notice the leg is now no longer looks like he's going to die from the protruding bone that was coming out of his leg. This was one of those breaks which tore through the skin and would have killed him if that prayer made by Farrell would hadn't done so in order to heal him significantly. Now able to stand on both feet, he looks around at you all. Atlas, where are you?
After calming down, myself and Hercules, I would
Mhm.
bring Hercules up to the deck, but then be
Sure.
like, well, gotta get something real quick, and I will hurry back down to my room and
Okay.
see if all my stuff is in order.
Your stuff is scattered all over the place. Luckily, your room was not one of those rooms that got destroyed in the impact of the ship landing. But it's all over the place right now. I imagine you spend a few moments gathering
Barbell
all
sticking
together.
out of it.
I will first of all go check to see if my instrument is okay. For the
Describe
rest,
your instrument
don't
to
really
me.
care. It's a little what you call it? A lyre, a little horseshoe-shaped harp.
Small.
Was in the
horseshoe-shaped.
case. Mm-hmm.
The kit. It's as you go to find your lyre, and eventually you find this case, looking very, very battered, and as you go to it, there is this feeling of tension and that sort of sinking feeling as you notice the gaping hole in one side of it. And as you open it up, you look inside, and your lyre is there. Thank God you put it in that case, because you don't know what else would have happened to it. It is okay. It looks like it took some knocks, so you're probably going to have to retune it, but it's okay. Somehow it survived it.
I will spend a good few minutes, sitting on the bed with it, playing it a bit, reading the letter that came into the case.
Of course.
And then I'll eventually start cleaning up a bit.
Yeah, no worries. You've all
Yes.
switched around. Switched around. So
Yeah,
let me just
sorry,
switch
my
you.
internet crashed briefly.
No worries, mate. Let me just put you all back where you should be.
Hey,
Nope,
Adam,
nope,
should
nope.
I?
Yeah, you apparently should I now. Let me just put you back where you should be.
It's Illyria. Oh
there we
boy,
go.
good luck with memory problems, my guy.
So, the captain, now able to stand on both feet, looks around at you. Atlas, you having calmed yourself and used that moment to read through the letter and gain that sense of composure which you always know you gain from the letter. Looks around as you all. Well, I don't know who you are, but thank you, and you make a motley crew. That was
That's what
very
our name
brave.
should be.
A motley crew. Well, thank you very much. It's
This would be named everything different areas.
I don't know what you've done. We don't know what to deserve that, but
Yeah, that was interesting.
happenstance.
Where
And
did
you,
that thing come from?
you look.
I know-
Carry on.
Well, as I show up and I said, yeah, that was interesting. Like, where the heck? Like, I know sky turtles are a thing, but like that just came out of nowhere.
What did Illyria know about it since she's native here?
Roll a nature check for me, Illyria.
Nat 1!
Oh.
Absolutely.
That would be a definite no. Unfortunately, being in the sky was not something that you ever experienced when you were not as you were before, and so what exists in the sky, don't really know apart from the very, very well known giant flying turtles.
Why, out of all things, why I had to disconnect every...
It's been one of those days for you. That's annoying. I'm sorry to hear that, mate.
Yeah.
The captain looks towards you, Sykes, and says, "I've only heard of legends of Sky Terrors, but apparently we survived one. They, from legends I've been told, they tend to wander around up there and look for things to tear from the sky and bring them up into their domain. Things that get taken by them. Yes, up.
That thing looks like it wanted to take us down. Like it ripped a hole in the ship.
You begin to look around, and there is the giant hole that's in the side of the ship, and the main mast, which the Sky Terror broke, is still upwards and is now just tangled in the trees. The two smaller masts, one at the front of the ship and one at the back of the ship, both tops are gone. They're just broken off completely.
Well,
But yours,
oh,
carry on.
no, you keep going.
And you also notice that the beams that held the sails out of the side of the ship, they've just torn off completely. They're gone completely. Really the only sort of powers that you had, the sort of movement air powers that you have right now, are half of the mainsail and two very small sails on the smaller masts, and that's it. Captain sort of glances back up into the sky, and as you follow his gaze, you can see high up, really high up, the now small image of the Sky Terror. And what it seems to be doing is the Sky Terror seems to be sort of diving down a certain way before sort of struggling to get back up into the air above it. For whatever reason, it doesn't seem to be coming down very far towards where you are, and it's just circling above you, and occasionally trying to dive down before so seemingly thinking no to that action and pulling back up again to the sky.
So it's either like
Can
a
I-
vulture or there's something even worse around here.
Go on, Size.
I was gonna say, could I make an insight check to figure out why it's not coming to the forest?
I would say roll a nature check
Ah,
rather than an insight check. Roll a nature check on this one.
Don't roll a nat one
I
like
know.
I did.
Yeah.
Well, even if I did, I'm still at a 0. So whatever I roll. That's an 8, 11. Sorry, I don't know why it's like.
You don't really know much about this thing. This is something very new to you. You've never heard of this creature before, and yeah, you just can't be certain. Either it's not able to come down.
I was trying to go based
Or-
off my hunter instincts, but
Yeah, no, I was thinking about it, but the reality is you don't know this creature at all. So either
Yeah.
it's not able to come down, or there's something that's preventing it from coming down to attack you.
Okay. Well, unless it doesn't seem to be coming any closer, it's circling. So unless you've got some way to get this ship out of here, the forest life's gonna be getting a new home.
That will be a question for the chief engineer. Chief engineer, where are you? And they eventually the sound of yeah, a moment, come in, comes
Yeah,
comes
he's
up from
alive.
the from beneath the deck, and coming sort of unsteadily and still looking battered and hurt, and very much looking like he took the brunt of the impact, is a gnome with a very short goatee. Very short grey goatee, slicked back grey hair that is now all over the place, goggles which make his eyes look giant, and is wearing what seems to be sort of these leather overalls, and in one pocket you can see what looks to be a spanner and a drill. He looks battered, he looks bruised, and he looks like he took a bit of a beating. You've never seen this guy before. You did not even see him on the deck either. But he comes up from below decks and says, Captain, yes, just been down. I've been in the doldrums, as it were. You know, place underneath. I've had a look at the damage. We can get one ring working. That's about it. That thing, he took off the other ring. Don't know if we're gonna get that working. I'm not even sure if we can, to be honest. But yeah, we can get one ring working. It's gonna take some time. And the captain says, how much time? 2 weeks. And you see the captain just look at the engineer. 2 weeks it is.
You guys are gonna sit out here for 2 weeks?
Well-
Suppose it's faster than walking.
Well, I mean, it's better than. She points at a forest around themselves. It's like,
Yeah.
it's better than going out there and find out what the fuck is out there.
You're looking around. You realise that the impact of this ship has basically created a sort of an involuntary clearing. You could see the trail of destruction that was created by the ship landing in the jungle.
But
Well,
let's
Luckily,
just.
Sykes and I can hunt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's also, and then I bring up, there's also a river nearby, so you guys plenty of water.
We got plenty of supplies. At least we did have plenty of supplies. There's the captain.
Well, before anything, I'm going to count up how much people that didn't make it, because we either got to bury them or burn them. Because guarantee you something in this forest will be smelling death, and
Yep.
will be coming for us. So it's either we bury them or burn them.
That's wise. You spend some time, and does anybody else assist in this?
Yes, I'll help.
And
Farrell, what did you
Farrell
say?
also then says his own, like another prayer of,
Sure.
like more of a funeral prayer.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yes,
Illyria
thanks
is
a lot.
also going to do that. Do the same thing as well.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Janai is also helping with that. Tafari, you can see, is now he's not one for that, but he also seems to be at a bit of a loss and doesn't really know what to do, and so turns to the chief engineer and offers his services as best as he can in terms of trying to repair or help out in this regard. You go through the ship. And as you go through the ship, you gather together the bodies of the dead. Gather together those of who are able-bodied and are able to walk around and heal those who were looking like they were going to die. Sadly, in total, 10 people did die from this instance. Most of those were at the front of the ship, where their compartments, or where they were sheltering from the attacks. Those who were severely injured were all those who were nearby the destruction, and those who managed to escape were further back. So there's that. You also find that many of the sailors and crew of the ship were killed in the destruction. Some of those were people that you did see. They got eaten, as well as several who now you actually sort of look around the devastation. You can see that many of them were thrown from the ship and unfortunately were either impaled or broke something on the way down. And you gather together all the bodies. Yes.
Real quick, how many sailors, shipaways, and whatnot are missing?
Missing. Eventually, the captain comes around and says, "Well, we're missing 5 able bodies. 15 able bodies and 4 engineers. It'll make things slightly awkward, but we can do with what we've got left."
Yeah.
Farrell and I can, while we're getting food, we can go around and see if we can find anybody that got thrown in the nearby area.
Mhm.
Atlas, we're gonna need you to come with us to help us lift all the food back,
Well,
and possibly.
he could be better for helping out with repairs. I can lift a lot.
Yeah, true. Okay.
You might, well, if you're going out, I can ask Hercules if he wants to come with you. He can carry a lot. Then I
Yes.
can help out here.
Yeah.
Sure.
I kind of look at Hercules. Let's see if he's good. I'm just gonna.
Hercules looks spooked.
I'm gonna try.
He
and
looks
calm him
scared.
down.
He doesn't. Okay, roll animal handling check.
I like how you were like, yeah, I'll do it.
Oh, you're going to get kicked in the nuts.
20.
Dirty
Oh,
20.
not
Very
like
nice.
that.
You do actually calm him down. He gives you, and as you knowing your horses and equine creatures from your time with your own flying horse, you are able to calm Hercules down. Actually, there's only one other person you know that would have been able to calm Hercules down, and this is unusual. You've never known anybody else to calm Hercules down for you.
Not even me.
Yeah, Hercules was generally very obstinate when it came to you, but you are able to calm him down and lead him towards Atlas. And Hercules does acquiesce to your guidance.
Yeah.
Take good
Just
care
so we
of him.
can. I will.
Roll
All
me
right.
those who are going out to search for the missing people. Roll me an investigation check with advantage or separately.
I'll roll it in advantage, I guess.
Who's doing this?
Is this
I
to
forgot
search for
Sean.
people and hunt? Because Sykes
No,
and
this
I
is-
were mostly.
This is
hunting.
just to find. This is just to find the
yeah.
missing people.
Okay,
Okay.
I will. I have a +3.
I got a +3 as well.
But,
I guess.
I've
Farrell,
got a
if you're-
-1, so I'm not really looking for people.
True.
I guess I'll roll it separately and see which
Well,
one
I'm
of us
kinda-
got the most.
I'm kind of looking for people and food, so it's like.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, Illyria, if you are specifically looking for people, then please just roll me that. Roll
Well, if
investigation.
he's doing that, then I'll do survival for food, maybe.
Why? Why?
No,
Why?
no, 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 no.
Why?
People-
Oh boy,
Why?
buddy,
Well,
it's just
Sean,
not your
you-
day.
but that wasn't
Mate,
with
it's just
advantage.
not
though. That
your
wasn't with
day.
advantage.
Oh yeah, I guess if Sean was helping him, or if
You were
Farrell was
supposed to
helping
roll with
him.
advantage. Yeah.
Oh, okay, let me roll another one.
That's needed.
A 10.
Well, a
It
10 is
could've been
still 10 is still better than a 1, a natural
Yeah,
one.
I did say I was
Um,
helping you look for people. So
Oh
I'm gonna
my
roll.
You
god.
don't lose anybody.
20.
correct. You don't lose anybody, but unfortunately, you are unable to find anybody in the devastation or the in the devastation of the crash. Sykes. Yes, you do
What is
hear
that?
distant growls of the forest echoing through the jungle. You are able to pinpoint where it is because you just happen to roll bloody high with a dirty 20. And they are far distance north. You hope that whatever you heard is not going to be coming this way. And what were you doing? You're looking for people and hunting?
People and hunting, yeah.
People and hunting. You look around and you try to hunt and trying to find different creatures. You find mainly you just come across many small birds. Some of which seem to perform this very strange dance when you find them before they hear a noise, look across the direction and quickly flitter away. You also occasionally hear the squawks and howls and hoots of various ape-like creatures further up in the canopy. You do eventually find some crewmen who had been tossed and had luckily managed to survive the crash, and are able to bring them back with you.
Okay.
It's just as you are.
If any of them can help with hunting too, like I'll take any help we can get to get as much food for the crew.
They don't
Unless they're rattled,
want
then
to
yeah,
help.
we're just gonna.
Yeah, they
They're
are
probably
quite
severely injured.
Yeah.
they are
true.
quite
Okay.
rattled, and basically you basically realize that they are not going to be capable in hunting, and particularly as the fact they are skyship crewmen, they
Mhm.
don't look like they have any experience in hunting.
All right, then yeah, we'll just get them back to the ship because they'll probably do better at the ship than they will helping me. So.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's as you are just left alone for a moment. Where you're just looking around and you're just trying to get your eyes and see and do some hunting. that the weird sound of children laughing strikes your ears.
Is it similar to the one that I heard before?
You're not there, Farrell, so you don't know.
Oh.
Unless,
Oh yeah,
unless.
'cause I was only gonna help with
Yeah.
them. Yeah, I went out with them to help with them hunting.
Which direction is it
Okay.
coming from?
All right, so you would. I would say that you hear something, Farrell, but since your mind wasn't on that and you weren't really looking around for people just only hunting, you wouldn't have heard this.
Okay.
I guess Farrell's there with Farrell and O'Leary
Which-
the other two.
Which direction does it seem to be coming from?
Yeah,
Northwards.
north.
Oh, great, lovely.
I'm gonna do a bit of investigation.
Okay.
I'm going
roll invest-
to.
Yeah?
I'm going to be heading in the direction that I heard it, but I'm going to be
Okay.
stealthing in the brush.
All right, please roll me a stealth check.
Farrell, I
please.
just say, Farrell, I'll be right back. Just gonna check out something. Are you kidding me?
How many nat ones are we gonna have today?
It's,
Am I gonna have
it's
to
quite
grant
the,
myself some advantage. Damn it!
You know, if
It's
it
quite
makes you
the-
feel any
God,
better, I was gonna
fucking
follow
months.
you and ruin your stealth anyways. So.
Oh my god,
Oh.
dude.
Well-
Alright.
Sykes
This
is
what we get
Sykes.
for cheating with it, not a pattern.
Yeah. You Sykes. Farrell, you watch Sykes say, "I'll be back," and he sort of crouches down, and you're sure Sykes is trying to. He's trying to be stealthy. You can see that. Maybe he's just spooked, or maybe he's not quite on his game. But he crouches down with his bow and arrow his bow and arrow held out, and just sort of walks normally through the underbrush, kicking and crunching leaves and broken twigs and all over the place. He's making a lot of noise. Even you can follow him.
Why?
Yeah, I walk up to him, like, and tap him on the shoulder. I'm like, and also I'm not trying to be stealthy here. I'm like, you're a hunter, right?
Yeah.
Unless something's coming to find you, I don't think you're gonna be finding anything with making that much noise.
Oh. Oh wow, that was weird. Something must be dragging my feet. I'm gonna do some
It must
stretches.
be dragging my feet.
I'm gonna do some stretches first. I think the
Okay.
fall shook me a bit. I'm gonna
Alright,
do some
fine.
stretches and then I'm gonna try again.
While this is going on, I believe Atlas and Lyria, you were gathering people.
Yeah, gathering people, and then if we come across bodies, we'll pick them up, and you know, any bodies that are like nearby, but shit, because you know,
Mhm.
horses drag unwanted attention. So, any bodies that she tries to see, or anyone that's somehow alive from a crash, she'll bring
Sure.
it back. Any bodies that she sees, she'll bring it back, but we'll put them like near a burial or burning pit.
Mhm.
Sure. Which is it? Are you burying or are you burning?
Ask for local custom.
Oh yeah, local custom. It's a local custom.
Illyria, you would know that the local custom for you, at least, was burning, but that was way back when.
I guess sagely advice would be good, because who knows what changed in those 50 years.
The captain, you can see the captain is now busy ordering crewmen around, and is busy establishing a sort of base camp here, using the ship as the base of it. And you can hear now the beginning of the rattling and clattering sounds of hammers and chisels and saws and things going, that's beginning to try and get the ship back into some sort of position. You can hear the gruff voice of the chief engineer yelling out orders to what appears to be many gnomes from the other side, from the underside of the ship, and eventually you hear, "What the hell, you stupid idiot! I'll break the thing!" and then the further clattering and crashing going on from behind.
Yeah, she's going
carry
to ask the captain on sagely advice on burial.
Well, burying. Normally we just chuck them over the side of the ship, but that's obviously not going to be too useful in this area. So I suggest burial.
All right.
Right. I'll go to look for a shovel.
Sure, no worries. And you spend the time digging effectively a mass grave for all these people. Sykes.
Real quick.
Mhm.
One last thing. Is there like any identification on the bodies?
You mean in terms of like dog tags and things like that?
Dog tags, any type of identification that indicate who they were. No. Oh, there are no bodies then. Fuck. Unless they have a name list that the captain has.
The captain does indeed have a name list, and as you begin to bury the bodies, he begins to name off certainly the members of his crew, and you can see that the number of bodies has grown a little bit. Certainly from the crew at least. You were able to find at least 5 people who were able to walk, but the remainder you only managed to find another 2 or 3 that are unfortunately just bodies, and he begins to name off the various different people. Of those who were simply guests and simply passengers aboard, that's what I wanted, passengers on board the ship. You do find a few keepsakes. On one person you find what appears to be a locket. On another you appears to actually seems to be like this little wallet, which when you open up just contains what appears to be a what is called, not portrait, but a silhouette of somebody. Don't know who. Whereas and the remaining 7 all have various different pieces of items. You see on one person who seems to be a lot more well dressed, for whatever reason took the ship, but seems to be a little bit more dressed. You see that they have one ring which has what appears to be a what are those called? I've forgotten the scales, but the scales on them.
Okay, gotcha.
Sykes.
Yeah.
With the warning from Farrell to say that you are doing rubbish, you can roll your stealth check again.
Actually, I replan. Instead, I say. You said you heard children voices before, correct?
Back at our camp before we got on the ship, yeah.
Okay. Let's head back to the ship and gather everyone. I want to check something out, but I think it'd be better if we got as many of us that can fight as possible to go check this thing out. I thought I was just gonna go scout out really quick, but
do you think we need to fight, or maybe we should just
I
stay
mean-
in a group? Animals don't like attacking large groups.
well, that's what I mean. Like, if we got more of us to go check this thing out, that I want to go check out.
Do you want to check it out? Like, do we need to
I-
check it out?
I mean, it's better than finding out what it is later when we're not prepared.
Well, we will be very prepared. We'll have, walls and people. And, height advantage.
All right, fine. Let's head back.
Don't go up by yourself, please.
Yeah, I got you.
Curiosity killed the tabaxi.
In this case, yes.
Yeah,
You head
it's
back.
now.
And there's
Yeah, he just learned what a tabaxi even was. So.
you do head back, and there is this constant feeling that you've turned your back on something dangerous, or that there is something else out here that's probably shouldn't be here. But nothing attacks you as you head back to the ship. You hadn't gone very far, in either case. And when you get back, you are greeted with the sounds of hammering, sounds of metal being hammered into place, or being shaped to form whatever role it needs to make, as well as also the sights of Atlas and Lyria digging a very large hole, and with Janai there helping to make this hole big enough for the several bodies. I think it was now 20 bodies, or 17 bodies, I believe, that are now lined up in repose beside it.
Okay, Farrell, I'm gonna go get everyone. I'm just gonna let them know. I'm not gonna to the big mass tell everyone what I heard. I'm just gonna go tell a couple of people for sure. Tafari, Janae, Illyria.
Okay.
Atlas seemed to be pretty strong, so I think I'm gonna bring it up to him as well.
Yeah,
If
don't
anything
tell any of
happens,
the
we need
crew or
him.
the captain.
Right.
We don't want to scare them.
Okay,
They're
so
already troubled as it is.
So what I will do is I'll let them finish doing their jobs, but I'm gonna go to each one of them and just say that me and Farrell think we discovered something. We need a group chat. Atlas, and then when I come to you, I say we just met, but you seem fairly strong. We need to talk about something.
Okay.
You finish what you're doing first. Meet up with me, Farrell, Tafari, Janae, and Illyria when you're finished.
Yes.
All right.
Sure thing.
Then I head off. I'm gonna go help prepare the meat that we got and cut it up so we can get it ready for consumption and stuff.
And I think that is actually a very good moment to have a little bit of a break. As you all gather yourselves and make yourselves ready to encamp here tonight and have a discussion about what to do. So we'll be back here in about 10 to 15 minutes, because I also feel my voice in the need of tea, which I definitely something I need.
Drink.
So we'll be back here in about 10 to 15 minutes. Go grab some tea for yourself to make yourself happy by hydrating, or getting some food if you're hungry, or
I've got some
stretching.
chai
tea also works. Chai tea is amazing. Or stretch if you're feeling a little bit uncomfortable. Stretch, move around a bit to make yourself a little bit more comfortable. Or if you're already happy with however you are, then stick around, as there'll be some smooth jazz going on in the background to keep you company. Either way, we'll be back in about 10-15 minutes. See you there shortly. Good evening, and welcome back. You were ready for that, weren't you? Yes, welcome back. We are in the middle of a session where our six. I'm just getting used to having to say 6 heroes have landed in the Ada Forest jungle, which inhabits part of the peninsula upon which the Empire of Bunabral is based, or at least parts of it, anyway. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I needed that sip. Yes, our heroes have crash landed after being attacked by a sky terror that was seemingly attempting to tear the ship apart and take it for its own, maybe? We don't know. At least according to what the information the captain has said, has told our heroes, that this sky terror certainly was something that was not heard of or not known, and only he had ever heard of this thing in stories. But yes, this Sky Terror has forced the skyship in which our heroes were trying to get to where they needed to be to make an emergency landing, tearing great swathes of the Ada forest into shreds. our heroes have done a little bit of exploring and had heard some sounds, some strange sounds of children laughing. They have returned to the ship to help make camp and establish a perimeter to protect the passengers that were on the ship, and we'll see what happens next. So, what are you doing?
It's a fucking name, opportunity.
I'm now that we're back, I'm going to just treat any like major wounds, like if the captain, because like the captain's healed, but his leg's still probably messed up. So like, you know.
Oh, it's definitely not the best, but he is at least healed and capable of working through his injuries.
Yeah, but I'll try like treating like major injuries, like, you know, like broken bones and stuff, like with my medicine checks and stuff like that.
Sure. Yeah, you spend. Some, I'm not going to make you roll for that because you've got now a long time to deal with that kind of thing. So yes, and the crew is definitely appreciative of what you are doing. I imagine you also do a few prayers of healing, correct?
Sure. Yeah.
The crew is definitely appreciative of your help.
I'm the doctor of the Dr. Farrell.
While Farrell is checking up on the captain to make sure he's all good, I'll kind of walk up and say, Captain, may I have a word?
Well, as long as it doesn't take me away from what I'm doing.
Not at the moment, no. When
What
you're
is it?
finished, when you're finished, and you have a little free time, me and the Scarlet Guard, that's what we're called, Atlas, and we all wish, and I want to include you in this conversation. We need to talk about something.
It gives you this look that says, okay, I understand what you're trying to say. Well, judging by the light and how things are going, I'll be with you hopefully very soon.
Okay. And then I also let him know, because I forgot to bring this up to him. Oh, and if it helps or delays anything, I checked. With my sort of magics, I checked to see what the weather was going to be like. It's sunny, then it's going to rain, then later in the night it's going to be a little humid. So if that speeds anything up, slows anything down.
Well, the humidity's not really that surprising. We are in the jungle.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if rain is going to make any of the wood
swell,
swell,
I'll be fine. We'll work through it.
Okay.
We're a sky ship, not exactly a sea ship. Don't have to worry too much about water getting in.
And then as I say, okay, see you later. And then as I was like, and be sure those ballista and catapults are working.
You point towards the catapults and ballistas, and he looks at you and then looks across at the weapons, and it's then that you realise that because of the angle of the ship and the way the ship is lying right now, that ballista is going to be practically useless, except in one direction. And the catapults or the mangonels, because of how they're positioned, are going to do fuck all, basically.
Is there any way you can get those off the ship?
Not easily. That costs extra work. I'd rather leave them on to ship, to be honest. Why? Are you expecting trouble?
I'll explain later.
Okay, right. Is there anything that you guys want to do before meeting up later to discuss your next course of action?
Last thing for me is I assume we got done with the bodies, and Illyria has some trinkets from them. She doesn't directly have any greedy thoughts. She's mainly taking them as a way of remembering them.
Yes, of course. I understand.
And plus, she'll give them to the captain as well for
Yeah.
safekeeping, because I know one of you two fuckers in this group would try get them to sell them for a price. And she's going to offer a prayer to the ones that have fallen.
Okay.
In the name of Nyan, of course.
Are you praying specifically, or are you just simply offering a prayer and hoping to guide these poor souls on their way?
That second option.
Okay, cool. Describe how that looks.
Oh. Fuck, okay. Wasn't expecting this. She, gets on her knee and does this and just gives some scripture. I'm not going to make up some bullshit scripture. I am too tired for that one.
And they fell from the heavens and oh.
Oh.
It's
Oh
so
boy, that's
That's the scripture.
that's the scripture apparently. Yeah.
Oh man.
So, and she'll. What happened?
Oh, you just kind
What
of
happened?
pause for a little bit.
The video froze quite dramatically just then, so it was kind of fun.
As did the audio.
As the audio, yeah. Oh, everything's freezing right now.
Oh no. Larry, are you okay?
Oh.
I think
She is speaking to another world right
she's Illyria's now transported
Yeah,
It's all those mind flayer experiments.
has.
You guys still hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
can hear you now.
Alright, cool. Okay, so.
You went to another world for a sec.
Bro, it's just cyberpunk shit right here.
Apparently so, yeah.
Yeah, anyway, yeah, she's gonna read some scripture of basically helping the
I think Moors, the god of dead, doesn't want to allow Lyra to speak what she wants to say.
Yeah.
and be judged.
No.
Wow, no, that's a big no. Okay. Sorry, Illyria. Sorry, sorry, Sam. I think your internet has decided to say no for the moment. But yes, you do spend some time on one knee, offering thanks to Nyan and wishing to ask Nyan to intercede for you and the god Morse to guide these people on their way to the afterlife. Is there anything in particular that you guys would like to do before meeting up?
Yes, I would like to, stay around Illyria for a while she's just to pay his respects. I'd like to catch one of Pharrell's prayers of healing as well, because I
Of course.
got knocked around in the ship.
You are, I believe, fully healed up now.
Very nice. I'll take care of that in a bit. And I'd like finally to make a little shelter for Hercules and myself, but for now,
Sure.
mainly just Hercules.
Yeah, of course.
Sit
It
him
does-
down next to a campfire or something where he can
Of
calm
course,
down.
yeah. It does take a little while, but eventually you are able to make a decent shelter for Hercules and yourself, actually, from the broken spars of wood and leaves and tree branches that are scattered around the place. There's plenty of there's plenty of destruction for you to do that, so that's simple enough. Eventually, the captain is able to get away for a moment as the six of you, in your various places, places of rest. I imagine Tefari, Farrell, Sykes, Shanae, and Lyra, you have all gathered together since you are a bit more of a party than Atlas being part of it. But Atlas, do you stay with them, or do you head off and find your own little spot?
I assume there's not very many spots of campfires around, so I'll just take the central one. And
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fine. Eventually, the captain, his clothing quite torn, but at least he's now sort of he's now wearing what appears to be just a simple white shirt with an open collar, and his sleeves, which are baggy, have been rolled up entirely up to halfway up his forearms. And it looks as though he's been getting himself busy with helping out, putting the ship back to where it was, doing the best he can, as well as also being a leader and directing people as to do stuff. The time is wearing on, but he does sit down at your fire. Atlas, you are beckoned over to join everyone.
Yep. I will.
Right. I've got a little bit of time. What do you want to talk about?
And then I point to Atlas and the captain. Have you two heard of the Anubov?
Anubov.
Anubov, yeah.
Yeah, the Anubov. That's just a legend. Been knocking around Vietnam for a while. That has. It's a legend. Rumors of peasants and things like that.
Never heard of this.
We fought 3 of them.
Yo, what?
Now I'm gonna pull out the bucket of the black sludge that I had before.
This bucket of goop.
That's my proof. I don't know much, but it's like, yeah, this is what I got from it after killing one of them. Or we killed 3, but this is what I got from one of them.
Are you telling me that you believe in peasant nonsense?
I'm going to describe what I saw on
Okay.
all 3 and be like the long, elongated bodies, the like almost wraith-like hoods with the red eyes. Explain what we saw. Where the one that was it was trying to attack one of the villagers, the first one we saw, and the second one, or the other 2 that we fought, having possessed one of our teammates.
Also, if it makes you feel any better, where I'm from, I'm a peasant legend, so I mean, those can be real.
Just roll a general persuasion check, either with advantage or separately. Sykes and Farrell.
Yeah.
That's the best persuasion.
I got a good persuasion.
Yeah, I'll give you advantage.
Oh, I don't know if I'll need it, but yeah.
Hey, natural 20 is possible. No, 24 then.
Yep.
It's less about the fact that it's less to do with what you're saying and more the insistent look that you all have and the very sort of how seriously you are taking it. That the captain sits back. Well, if that's the case, then suppose we better be setting some watches. Red eyes, you say?
Red eyes. The only kind of tell that I can kind of tell that I would be able to tell that I think they're coming tonight. Last time they came and attacked us when we were camping, Farrell heard children laughing, and while we were out hunting, I heard children laughing.
I just want to correct you on that. Just a little point of order. The laughter of children happens during the day.
And we're still daytime though, right?
Mm-hmm. And
Right.
I believe, if I remember...
And then the Anubov attacked at night.
If I remember, the laughter of children happened after the attack.
Didn't it happen before?
I believe it happened after. I'm
Because
not
we
sure.
were
I'm
we
not
were
sure.
because that happened before I hunted the deer. And then we went to sleep because I had that conversation with Janae at
Yeah.
night about her being possessed. Because she was about to leave, and then we snuggled. And...
Yeah, because
Yes,
I
because
heard the
she
laughter
had
and I
been
missed that
she
at
had
the
been
next
possessed
episode.
by she had
Right.
been possessed by the Anubhav.
Right, but Farrell heard the laughter before I went to go hunt the deer.
Oh, okay.
And then Farrell and Janae went to go talk to the skyship, the dude, where we found out it was worth 50 gold. And that's when I was
gotcha.
talking
Yes.
to
Okay.
yeah.
Yes. Thank you. I've
Yeah.
got that in my head now. Yes.
'Cause,
Thank
yeah,
you.
the episode that I missed was when the Anubhav attacked, and
Yeah.
I was there when I heard the voices.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yes, I remember. Thank you.
Yeah, that's
All
why
right.
I think that I heard them during the day, so that they'll
Jeez.
attack at night. So that's kind of That's just fair. That's just Sykes' guess on it. So yeah.
But you're thinking they'll seek us out and attack us then?
I mean, we're the closest thing to what could possibly be their home. I mean, from the legends, apparently that they've got a temple in the forest here somewhere.
Well, should we wait for them, or should we go out and strike them first?
That's what I was thinking. Like, if we went and struck them before they got here, then the crew wouldn't have to worry about them, but that means we might end up having to fight more of them. But if we find said temple, if we follow the voice and find said temple, we might just be able to take him out right here and now.
If they possessed someone like Janai again, she'd be able to cut down swaths of crew if they were here, so it might be best if we were by ourselves, but it means that we will have a harder time.
But we'll protect
it
the
will
lives
protect-
of innocents.
Yeah, it would protect the crew probably more.
If we went out,
Yeah.
or if we,
Or if someone like Tafari got possessed, can you
Oh, yeah.
imagine? He could blow up the entire ship.
Oh god, yeah, it's true.
We've only seen a glimpse of what he can do now, but I'm very impressed already.
Yes,
Let's just say he could
they
take a
attacked-
single tankard and then, make it kill several people.
So
Yeah.
actually, if they attacked at night,
Tafari.
so if they're a nocturnal creature, maybe they won't be active during the day. So if we wanted to wait and be here, only take out a couple of them, and then we could try heading in the direction I heard the laughter in the morning when it's daytime.
Yeah, and just hope they don't attack at night.
Yeah, and if they
But
do, it would be
be
like a
ready
lot
for
less. Yeah.
Smaller numbers, yeah. How it's getting pretty dark already, right?
It's about evening time. Yeah. It's still relatively light just because of where you are. But the day is wearing on.
Alice, how well are you at keeping watch?
Well, I can't see very well in the dark, but I'm an early waker anyway, so...
Okay, so if me, Illyria, and Farrell stay up the first watch, or at least me and Illyria, because me and Illyria only have to sleep, or we can meditate. We only need 4 hours of rest.
Okay.
And then if you guys want to keep watch in the morning when it's slightly brighter, and then me and Illyria can rest for 4 hours.
Yep.
Alright. Oh, well,
So
whatever plan is summing up to me, I want to... As she kind of looks to the captain, if you're willing to have some of the passengers and probably some of your crew, if they're not actively repairing, I want to get improvised defenses up, because I think we gotta worry more than the Anubhav as well.
Yep.
true.
Because
Actually, that was a good
animals.
And she kind of points around. We're in the local wildlife. They don't care about us. They see us as food.
That is, I actually just realized that is actually something I just thought of also. Captain, do you have any elven crew?
Elven crew?
Yeah.
No, mainly all
Okay.
tabaxi and gnomes.
I've never met a tabaxi. Are you guys well at seeing in the dark? Well, I mean, I met
They're
tabaxi,
cats.
but I don't know much about them.
Cat said hope so.
I think it's like 30 or 60 feet.
Let me have a quick look. Let me have a quick look at scales because the
My bad.
species because I can't remember. Give me a moment. I believe that. I
I'd be
believe.
surprised if they couldn't.
I believe they do have.
Being cat race.
You'd be surprised, but cats actually don't have dark vision in D&D, which I find hilarious.
Huh.
Yeah, they don't. I can see well enough in the dark, so long as it's not hugely dark. Then it might be a bit of an issue.
Well, we can probably set up some lights on the edge if we want to see stuff coming in.
Well,
would you be able to help us keep watch and then rest in the morning when it's
we'll
later
do
out?
our best. We'll do our best. We're not exactly trained for this kind of thing, but I'm sure I'll be able to get some of my crew to keep an eye out. So provided that some of those who normally keep their eyes alive and not have eaten and not eaten. So
True.
Alright, well, we got a general plan down of... For today, we need to recuperate. Because she kind of looks over to Fari, who's probably more wear out because he spent a lot of spell slots.
Let me just have a quick look. He's not as tapped as you might think.
Well, we
But
got a general...
a bit of a rest wouldn't help.
Well, we got a general idea on our plans. Firstly, let's just set up for tonight. Get some improvised defenses, maybe some traps. Because we're gonna meet here in the long run for 2 weeks, right?
Well, at least that's what it looks like. Hopefully it'll be quicker, but it might be that long.
I was gonna say 2 weeks unless you get some kind of help out here.
Yes.
So
So 2 weeks, we're middle of nowhere with no help. We need to last on our food supply and water supply, but you said there's a river, right?
Yes, to the north?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Northwest-ish.
so we got a good amount of water. The worrying thing is, how many of us are there, including the crew?
Well, we had enough for at least another 2 weeks' journey. That was before this crash, so hopefully we'll have at least another week and a half, but haven't been able to get to the supplies yet. They're a bit trapped.
Food shouldn't be too much of a problem with me and Farrell around.
So, everyone has jobs here for today. Captain, you're the most influential and able to keep everyone on head track. We need to make sure passengers included not to panic in this situation, because a panic is the last thing we need.
Okay. I've been trying to keep them settled as much as possible. Told them we're doing our best I can, but that's about it.
I will say, I believe the Anubov, when they try to take over your mind, they try to get as close to the target as they can. So just keep yourself distant if you're trying to like attack them or something.
Right.
Just try to keep yourself away from them. If they get near you, they'll loom over you, and they look terrifying up close. Trust me.
Okay. Well, you all seem pretty insistent about this, so I'll spread the word amongst the crew. Keep an eye out for red eyes on lanky figures. You said I'll.
Tall, lanky, about. It was like 7 feet, 8 feet.
It was about 10 feet tall.
10 feet tall.
Yeah, they were tall.
Okay, yeah, about 10 feet tall, lanky figures.
You're gonna be scaring the crap out of these guys.
Just roll a nature check for me, quickly, Sykes. Just a very quick nature check.
Can't wait till a little.
Well, as you know, history. Do history.
Oh, well, it's the same thing. All right.
I got a plus 3, but I can't help you.
No, I don't got this.
Okay, that's fine.
I need level 3 rogue. No. All right. Shall we get started?
Yeah, let's get this plan in action.
All right, you spend the remainder of the day organising people and getting volunteers, certainly from the passengers. You do notice that there are a few of the passengers do definitely help out, and one of them reveals themselves to be a carpenter and definitely helps set up defences. And when you reveal that, when the captain learns that he's a carpenter, he immediately puts him to work, helping out to repair the ship. So there are several of the passengers do try to help and go off your lead in terms of making the area more secure and more defensible. But eventually the night does draw in, and it is getting to that time where rest is definitely required by you all. Who is taking the first watch?
Sykes is going to be taking a 8-hour watch.
Yeah, and I can be a part of it.
You are taking the entire thing.
Oh.
And then when they wake up, I'm going to take my 4-hour rest.
First light.
Okay.
I'll
Alright.
say that to
If-
you,
if
wake
I- if
up
I
at
can do
first
that.
light.
Well,
If that's something I can do.
I guess Illyria will be doing it on for the first staff as well.
8 hours. An 8-hour watch will. You'll be taking Constitution saving throws after the first 2 hours for exhaustion.
Okay. But then
It's up to you.
with a long rest. Well, then with a long rest, you lose the exhaustion, right?
You lose 1 point of exhaustion per long rest, and the DC for
Okay,
exhaustion
so-
goes up per hour.
Oh, I thought it was just a full. Okay.
No.
Yeah, no. Every
Longer-
hour you roll for exhaustion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ow. So I could die
Yeah.
after 5 hours of not sleeping?
If you roll badly, yes.
Christ.
So-
Guys, you die from no sleep.
What do you want to do?
Probably split up the watch then a bit more.
Yeah, I don't really think I want to die. That's so weird. Okay. Yeah, let's do. I guess I can watch 4 hours and then, or at least 2 or something. I don't know how it works.
I'll
anymore.
take the second shift.
Okay. Well, roll me a perception check. The person who is taking the first watch.
I can do first. It's an 18.
18. The sounds of the jungle, the hoots and squeaks and crackles and caws of various nighttime critters echo through the jungle, and it is definitely disturbing you. This is not a pleasant place to be. But your watch passes uneventfully.
Slipping.
There does not appear to be anything that wants to come out and bite your heads off. You certainly do not see any red eyes staring at you through the jungle, through the underbrush.
Okay.
You do notice
And then I'll go.
with your 18. I will say this with your 18. You do notice the glancing up at the Sky Terror, which had been desperately trying to catch you for whatever reason, has vacated the area and left you alone. Clear night.
Okay, that's good.
Man, it sucks we didn't take the bastard down. We would have had some.
We'll get another
nice
chance.
wheels out of that one.
Make it into
Who is
a
taking
stew.
the second watch?
I'll do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Please
in
roll
which
me
case
a.
I'll say
Yeah.
Illyria, the Sky Turtle's gone also, so.
Yeah, go ahead and take a rest.
Is the Sky
Thank you.
Terror a turtle?
Yeah,
Because
right.
everyone else keeps on saying Sky Turtle, even though it's Sky
Oh,
Terror.
Sky Terror.
But
Sky
it's a
Terror's
turtle.
good.
It certainly had the form of a turtle,
Okay.
but it was
Right.
very
Oh, it's a
aggressive.
21 feel.
21 is very nice. As the hoot of a nighttime bird echoes through the jungle. The night does draw on, and there is definitely a tension in the air, in the campments that you have all made. And you could swear that you were being watched. when you look over your shoulder, you look into the jungle, you look around, don't see anybody, but you could swear you're being watched. However,
Oh shit. She has her hand crossbow after ready too.
absolutely. However, your watch does pass uneventfully. Who's taking the third watch?
I'll do it because I'm good at watching.
Sure. Please roll me a perception check.
Oh boy.
Luck.
Hey!
Yeah.
Hey,
Nice.
there's that nat 20 when we
There's
needed
that nat 20. The night is beginning to draw to a close, and the sun is beginning to rise across the horizon. It's very difficult to see the horizon here, considering it's all jungle. But you can sense the lightening of the sky. You can feel the temperature just drop that very slight amount as that sort of pre-dawn temperature drop happens. And as that happens, your sight begins to get obscured as a mist begins to rise from the ground around you, swallowing up almost everything you can see. With a natural 20. Farrell, your ears are on point. They are open for the slightest creak and click and movement of sound. There are several times where you jump, where you almost sort of jump and realise that, oh no, it's just the ship settling, as you hear this creak, this tremendous creak from behind you, but you realise it's just the ship settling in its position. And just at the edge of your hearing, there's just the constant laughter of children playing somewhere to the north.
I fucking hate this fucking echo of
But the sun rises. The sun rises, and it's a hot morning. It's going to be hot. The mist is still there. Nothing has attacked you. What are you doing?
I find where Sykes was meditating and walk there right away.
Sitting in one of the rooms that we weren't allowed to stay in before, but now they're free and open.
But did you want to stay? Did you want to stay in the ship, or did you want to be?
Oh, I probably would have
outside?
stayed outside. True.
Okay.
I probably would have stayed outside to be on point for when they
Sure.
said we're under attack. Yeah.
Sure, no worries. That's fine.
But I'd just be like leaning against the ship.
I kind of like grab your arm and like shake you awake a little bit, or shake you out of the trance.
Are we under attack?
No.
Oh,
But-
okay, good.
I heard the laughing again.
You did.
Yeah.
And they didn't attack last night.
No. But I don't
That's-
know if laughing children are coming to kill us.
Okay, so this is definitely something you heard it come from the north.
I heard it coming from that way.
The direction
Okay,
he
so
points is
north.
northwards.
Yeah. Okay.
You're more directionally focused than Farrell.
Okay. Really quickly, I'm going to once again, seeing as Janae is nowhere near because the 30-foot thing, I'm going to Druidcraft the weather again. Just curious.
It's hot. It's going to be hot, humid, and for some reason, it just seems to be very foggy and misty. And it's going to stay so.
When did the fog start, Farrell?
When the sun came up.
Hmm.
But it makes sense. I mean, the
Yeah.
sun comes out and then it.
The moisture in the ground, yeah, it's
Yeah.
true. Okay. Well, let's get everyone up.
It's natural.
As
Because I
while they're
believe that
working,
our
like-
forest would have done that, right? The gloaming forest. Would have
Oh
had
yeah,
probably
yeah. You
morning
know
fog.
you do know
Yeah.
that when stuff like this when brain it's sort of that sort of early morning mist is a definite thing. So you are very much aware of this, except this just feels hot and humid, which is definitely something you didn't expect.
I am more comfortable with the ground than the sky, but this place still seems very dangerous.
Oh, morning, Illyria.
Yeah, I gotta do my daily prayers.
Okay, once you're done with that, let's get everyone together. I think we're gonna have Farrell heard more children laughter.
It sounded like they were having fun.
It does actually sound like they are having fun. Genuinely, it does. It's the sound of children having fun and playing.
Yeah, Lyria's going to do her daily prayer.
Okay.
Do I need to roll anything for that?
No. Unless you are specifically praying for something.
I guess praying for safe guidance would be a good option.
Okay, roll a d100.
Alright, cool. 75.
You just feel comforted by your prayer, your daily meditation, your daily ritual of praying to Nyan. Now that you remember who your patron was, you feel comforted from it. That's it.
Yay.
But tell me, what are you doing?
Gonna go gather everyone.
You see Atlas running around with some weights somewhere. Hoisting.
Gotta keep his daily workout routine.
Exactly.
Alice,
You don't get
wait.
to this
Yeah,
without dedication.
If he's gonna keep running, Sykes is gonna just try and keep up with him
Sure.
in the run and be like, "Well, Alice, how early were you up?
As soon as the sun touched my face.
Have you been lifting weights this whole time?"
Yes.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
How do you think he's so strong?
Farrell is keeping up too. He's like, it's just three of us running together.
Yeah. Some bonding time.
Rally around the ship in a circle. It's just like, what the heck?
Farrell's getting a little bit winded though.
Illyria would look at Alice and go, "You remind me of my son."
Of your son?
Alice, Illyria, are you running too? I thought you were doing prayers.
I just got done.
Oh.
I imagine Lyra has just gotten done with her prayers and is just watching the three of them running around the now sort of very large encampment that surrounds the ship.
Yeah, she just
talks
got
to us
done
every
and-
time we pass around.
Yeah. She just said to herself, "You remind me of my son."
Oh.
Eventually you all gather yourselves together and are preparing to spend the day doing what?
Well, I think the plan was we were gonna go and find out what that sound was in the
Okay.
morning because I thought Anubhav might be a nocturnal, so
Sure.
but apparently
So you
that's
spend
not the case.
So you spend some time just gathering yourselves together and in preparation to setting out. When the captain approaches you, Sykes, since you were the one that engaged him very originally. Excuse me, I don't know your name, but Scarlet Guard, I believe you said you were.
Yeah. I'm Sykes Brillo.
Sykes, right? Yeah, don't worry about that. We don't do that kind of thing. He's looking at you, Farrell, catching what you're doing. Well, I don't know if you heard anything last night, but one of my crew members is missing.
When?
Which crew member?
It's Santosh. He's one of my closest crew members. Fur's brown, white, and brown, white, and black, sort of splotchy all over.
Where was
Good
he?
man.
Was he
Good
keeping
worker.
watch last night, or was he just sleeping?
Well, don't know actually. Woke up. I was doing the general morning rounds, making sure everybody's here, and he weren't where he should have been.
Can you
Can't
show me
find
his
him.
quarters?
Of course, follow me. He leads you round to the other side of the ship. The opposite
Time
side
for
from where you.
Detective Farrell.
Detective Farrow. So he leads you around to the other side of the ship and shows you a very simple encampment. There's a very simple bedroll there with a pack beside it. Doesn't seem to have been disturbed in any way, except no Santosh.
Well, I know what I'm looking for.
Footprints.
Yeah.
Investigate.
Investigation, motherfucker.
Roll investigation, please.
Detective Farrell's on the
With
case.
advantage.
I'll give. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Are you? Just a quick question. Are you specifically searching the area for something, or what is it you are looking for?
For me, I would be just looking for general clues, but that includes footprints. But
Yeah,
anything that
Sykes
looks
should have
like,
just been looking for footprints.
yeah, like
Okay.
a clod of bedroll or something like that too, possibly.
Okay.
Like
In that
anything looks out of
case,
place.
Farrell, since you are looking for clues, please roll me investigation. Sykes, since you are looking for tracks, I need to roll survival.
Oh, Detective Farrell always rolls high.
14.
Oh, yeah, I was
Um,
about to-
And I believe, Illyria, you were helping Farrell in the investigation, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So roll it again, please. Roll your investigation
Good.
again for your advantage.
I've never failed an investigation with Farrell somehow. So.
Hey, that's a 16.
there we
16, yeah.
go.
Yeah. Even with a minus 1, you still roll high at 16.
Yep.
Roll high. It's almost you get it. It's almost at the same moments that both you, Farrell, and Sykes. Farrell, you are looking around, and it just seems like Santosh just got up and walked away. There's no clawed up pack. The bedroll does not look like it's been disturbed, as in no violence has occurred.
Yep.
It literally just seems to be that he just stood up and walked away. And it's probably about this time where both you, Farrell, and Sykes find the tracks that Santosh left.
Do they seem to be heading out to the forest?
Oh yeah, they head directly away into the jungle, as in not in the northwards direction, just straight to the nearest point in the jungle.
And
Do you follow them?
Yeah.
You guys ready?
Yes.
Safari,
Alright.
Janae, you guys ready? I'm looking at Janae more because I know she's. has the
Tafari is there, but Janai is the one who's wants to deal with this.
All right. Better sooner
You-
than
did you
later,
see?
right?
Sorry.
Better sooner than later, right?
Yes, absolutely.
All right,
Time.
let's go.
You can almost see a sense of determination in her, as well as just roll an insight check.
Yeah. I roll low because I always roll. 22.
No, you don't roll low.
Yeah.
Not this time.
I know. I said it to reverse the thing.
Of course.
Oh my god, I would have had a heart attack if we had another nat 1.
With 22, Shania is definitely determined, but there is a sense of fear there as well. But you can see the determination and also the desire to prove herself for some reason. Don't quite know why, but there's definitely a desire to prove herself.
All right. I just turn to the
All right.
captain and I say, "Wish us luck." And I cast
Good luck.
pass without a trace,
Wonderful.
and I feel like we should be stealthing to try and find this thing as well. So I'm following
Okay.
the tracks, and hopefully we can stealth our way up to it. And kind of, I tell the group, if you see it, don't attack yet. We're gonna follow it and see where it leads us. If we can find this temple, if it's its home, then this is where, we're trying to get to
Okay.
as well. So.
Please can I have a stealth roll from everybody with a +10 for pass without a trace.
Sweet.
And since I have seen the tracks, I don't actually lose them
Oh
because
my
of my
fucking god.
background, right?
Oh my god, as soon as
For the moment,
how
no.
many bad points did I have?
Okay.
That's
Oh,
quite the achievement you've been rolling there today, Illyria. That's quite something.
Ooh,
I got
That's
2
not
now
good either.
ones in a row.
25.
Okay.
25 and 18 and 22 or 13. Bloody hell. Let me
Yeah,
just quickly roll one for nope. Tefari and Shanae. Where is it? Skills, stealth. Damn, he has a... Wow, okay.
Hmm.
Didn't know that Tefari was actually that stealthy.
Yeah, he's
He's
yeah,
pretty stealthy, to be honest.
he's got a pretty high dex. Which is pretty awesome.
Well, it's not
Oh
even
my
that, it's
God.
just
Oh,
he's
well,
actually quite good at it too.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
Farrell
wanna
never
try.
actually did any of the hunting himself, so he's not very
Yeah, well,
stealthy.
okay.
He just watched other people do the hunting.
That's fair. That's fair.
He was the prophet,
Alright,
not
so-
the hunter.
Well, you did roll a natural one, Illyria. That does average out to an overall success.
Yeah.
It's more. I imagine it's much more of a case of that you all sort of start to move through the underbrush, and Farrell, or who would be the person? It'd be Shanae. Shanae would be with you, Illyria, and helping you along. And at one moment, you were about to stumble over and create a whole great crash as you would catch your foot on the root before Shanae just catches you and prevents you from falling and going everywhere. But yes, Sykes, you were able to follow the tracks for a certain amount of time, and even though they go directly into the jungle, the broken branches and broken undergrowth you followed, they immediately starts to turn northwards, further upwards onto the jungle itself.
Apparently, with Natural Explorer, difficult terrain doesn't slow your group's travel. So.
That's
Sounds useful.
fine.
No,
That's
I know,
absolutely fine.
I just saw that. So, but yeah,
You
you're
are
right.
you are still stealthing though, so you are
No,
traveling
I know, I
slowly.
know.
'Cause you
We are
stealthing.
still slow
Yeah.
due to...
You are moving slowly because you
No,
are
I know,
being,
I
you are
just-
being
I
sneaky
just-
about this.
I thought I saw something about a group thing, and I was like, eh,
You do,
okay.
you do, and you are correct
Yeah.
about that because of your ability to lead and keep an eye on the train. You are able to help out with regards to the train, but you are still moving slowly. And
Gotcha.
after about an hour, the tracks have continued going northwards. But your pastoral chase does fade after an hour. So what do you want to do?
Do you guys think we'll be okay without it, and we can use it if we get to that temple? Use it inside of it? I think we'll need it more if we get to this place.
I think that would make sense, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, use
So I'm
it
not
as-
going to use it the second time.
We don't know how far away it may be.
Yeah.
Please roll me a perception check, Sykes, with advantage as you are keeping an eye on these tracks.
Bam. That is a 12.
Gets a little bit challenging as you realise that the tracks begin to sort of. It's almost like the undergrowth of the jungle is beginning to take over the pathway that this person, this Santosh, took. But you are able to keep an eye on them just,
Okay.
and they continue to lead you forwards. Are you all travelling stealthily, or are you travelling just normally?
I think stealthily would be best.
Yeah,
Please,
yeah.
can I
we're
have
not
stealth
gonna
rolls
venture
from
everybody?
past that trace, but yeah. We're still being stealthy.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Oh, wow!
Trying to be
Jeez.
stealthy, not stealthy.
What? Wow. What is it with? Hang on. Oh, Farrell.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
You need to roll that with disadvantage. Because you've got armor.
yeah, I have armor. I thought that it would have applied that automatically. I forgot.
Yeah, you need to wear. Fucking hell, jeez. Okay.
Yeah!
If you go into
Not a
your
crit, but-
equipment, Farrell, and just tell it that you are wearing your armor, it'll automatically apply the disadvantage again.
Okay.
21, bloody
Where-
hell.
At
Oh
least I
yeah,
done
yeah, it's not
decent
equipped.
this
What the
time.
heck?
Oh no!
Oh my god, how many nat ones are we having today?
Oh, there it is. There's that one.
The dice owe us next session.
Oh yeah, they're good. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's about time though, to be honest, because there's been several sessions where it's been ridiculously high, and now we're getting the fun stuff. Okay,
Well,
so
they'll
we
know
have.
we're coming.
Well, we'll see. So we have 15, 11, 6, 21, 7, 12. Okay, cool. You are moving through the underbrush, and Sykes is probably at this point. It's probably about halfway through where you kind of realize, perhaps I should have done trace, pass without trace.
Yeah.
But eventually, you just roll it. Just what's your passive perception? All of you, I mean.
16.
14.
17.
9.
Oh yeah, of
What was
course.
Illyria's?
I forgot, Atlas. Your passive perception is shit.
Illyria, what did you say yours was?
14.
Okay. So, Farrell and Sykes, you would be the ones to notice this first. Let me just have a quick look at the passive perception of Tafari. Yeah, 16. Okay. Oh no, 10. Oh no, you wouldn't be. So yeah, Farrell and Sykes, I think you two would be the ones that would notice this first. But you hear ahead of you the babbling of a river. And then very soon afterwards, the rest of you also begin to hear this. Atlas, you are the last to notice anything of that sound.
When
But you
it's
begin to
pointed out
hear.
to me.
It is pointed out to you, and you do begin to hear the babbling of a river ahead of you. Quite a large river, by the sounds of it. Let me just have a quick look at my notes here, because I just need to double check one thing. Where is it? Here we go. Yes. To roll here. Oh, for fuck's sake. Doesn't even seem to be doing it for me either.
I hope that's a good low roll. Like,
I guess
he does
find out.
get advantage on that. That's a bit more like it. Okay, cool. Farrell, what's your passive perception?
17.
It's pretty good.
Eyes of a hawk.
As you are moving
There's
through
like a
the
feat.
uh,
Feeling weird.
as you are moving through the jungle, Farrell, you're the one that senses this. You could swear that somebody is watching you. And there's just this sense of movement. And as you're moving, you just glance to your right, and then there's this sudden, almost like smoke, just moves through the underbrush.
I'm assuming I'm behind Sykes because Sykes is kind of leading the way.
Sure. Can have that.
I grab his shoulder, stop him from moving, and then
Yeah.
I just tell him, it's like, they're here.
Okay.
And I think they know we're here.
Roll a perception check,
Or-
Sykes.
There's at least something here.
21.
Now that Farrell has caught your attention and has directed your eyesight, you look around, and you catch it. You just catch this whiff of smoke moving quickly. Not like what you fought before, the Anubavs. This is much quicker. This is just seems to just leave this trail of dark smoke behind it as it moves. You don't see what it is. It moves too quickly for you to see, but you notice it.
Oh gosh. As you are trying to decide what to do,
coming out quickly in your direction, or in the direction of who's in the middle?
Directly middle.
That'll be Illyria.
Or-
Okay. Illyria coming directly out to the side of the out across from the undergrowth. A great wraith-like creature, very different to what you fought before, with these long horns that curl backwards over its head, and wings that seem to emanate from its back. Comes and tears across, looking to attack you, Illyria. And that is where we're going to pick up the session next week.
What? Oh no!
Yeah, unfortunately, you guys
God.
were you weren't you weren't that stealthy, guys.
No, not at all.
So yeah,
Well,
Wow.
we've
Yeah.
just
Oh
been
my
doing
God.
all the stuff Atlas is horrible at, so
yeah. We
next
have.
will be exciting.
Next week we'll
I can't
hopefully
believe
see
how
what
many
happens.
Nat ones we had this session. All
And
of
how
That
many
was,
nat 20s I had, which was weird.
That was a lot. Yeah, that was
out
that was an
of the
absolute
nat
lot.
20s, out of the nat 20s, there were at least 2.
Yeah,
And
But no, for nat ones we had 5.
yeah.
God.
And most of
I'm just
them
gonna share
were
gonna share with you guys what you guys now are seeing.
Whoa!
It's a shadow demon.
Oh,
It's
And for my people at home.
Fantasia.
Whoa!
You see that coming towards you, long, lanky arms, the horns back, and wings extended out behind you, coming tearing towards you. Yeah.
Whoa.
So we'll be fighting that next
I
week.
wasn't too fond of the praying.
We'll have to see. Anyways, we normally do a quick sort of round robin as to memorable moments from the session today, and it's just sort of like talk about what happened and also had to have some fun and what you enjoyed the most. So we'll start with Neil. We'll start with Sykes.
Oh my God! Why
Memorable
me?
moment.
If
you have one,
definitely
it doesn't
rolling
have
in that
to.
one stealth, trying to like crunch my way through the brush, and the sphere will be like, "Are you good?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" Like, what? Damn,
Yeah,
that was-
absolutely.
noisiest
That was a lot of fun. I did enjoy that. Farrell, memorable moment.
I just liked in general the whole crash sequence. Like it was very well described, but also like really cool and like, you know, everyone kind of was doing their part, and we proved ourselves to the captain that.
Yeah, you appear
Yeah.
to have proved yourself, or at least certainly he wasn't expecting such help from that part of the world. So yeah,
Yeah.
Memorable moment?
especially a Freaking yeah.
yeah,
Especially a tiefling.
a tiefling. Yes, that's the thing that he's going to have to try and struggle with. Atlas, memorable moment.
I generally like the group dynamic, how we got from a very cool fight to a very intense and somber moment of burying the dead, to another silly scene of us all running around the camp. It's,
Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do very much enjoy that.
yeah, me, so do I.
And last but not least, Illyria, memorable moment, if you have one.
Well, besides getting nat ones for, I think I got the most of them.
Oh, yeah.
I think I got the most of them. My luck has been shitty. I thought I would have decent luck, but nah, dude. Fancy Grounds hated me for some reason. Ah, cat! With your claw!
And cats appear to be a thing as well.
Oh. Memorable that entire crash sequence, Barrel healing everybody, you know.
Dude, that was amazing.
Also, the captain has to also get his head wrapped around with Illyria as well, because
Right.
it's all the full display.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah,
that's another
absolutely.
thing he has to
Yeah.
like rack his brain about.
Yeah, you can imagine that it's very much a case of that the captain is just going, okay, deal with situation and let's just figure out shit later. So But yeah, thanks very much. Thanks very much, guys. Oh, I always really look forward to
I
my
can't wait
my
till
Dungeons
next
and
week
Dragons.
already. Damn it!
I always look forward to my Dungeons and Dragons sessions with you guys, and with the Sunday
Party,
lot as well.
That'd be cool.
I wish I could do it more often, but yeah, you know, can't only do it once a week. And that's what I always really like looking
Do it
forward to
next
it.
Tuesday.
Hello, cat.
No, it's good.
No, that's not gonna happen. So we're
do
gonna
it
go and
every
raid
day.
somebody here, and we've got dice actors. I don't know them, but they're playing Dungeons and Dragons, so we're gonna go and raid them, say hi to them, you know, spread some love,
Yeah.
spread some hugs, and all that wonderful stuff that I know you guys are all capable of doing. So we're gonna go and say hi to them in that way, guys. Otherwise. Oh yeah, lots of words. Otherwise, I'll be back tomorrow with some Dredge, which is a Cthulhu-inspired horror fishing game. It's actually a lot more entertaining than it sounds, because you think fishing game, oh, it's going to be horrible. No, it's actually going to be a lot more entertaining than it sounds. So do feel free to join me then. Otherwise, I'll be back on Sunday with more D&D, and just once more a quick plug for the YouTube channel where you're able to catch up on all the previous episodes for these guys, the Scarlet Guard, and then hopefully later on once I manage to get the backlog done of at this present moment the motley mercenaries, I think they're called. Anyways, take care of yourselves, guys. Love yourselves and love each other, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.
Bye.